The truth is, the best lemon pepper seasoning doesn't come from a store-bought bottle, but from the lemon peels you might have thrown away. Hello everyone, this is Tracy. For so many years, we've been used to buying ready-made lemon pepper salt, but the truth is, you can make it at home very easily. Today, I'm making a video to guide you step by step on how to create this wonderfully fragrant lemon pepper seasoning that instantly elevates the flavor of any dish you sprinkle it on. Let's get started. To start making lemon peel powder, you'll need about 5 to 7 lemons, though you can use more or fewer depending on your needs. It's best to choose lemons that are still fresh and firm, not soft, to keep the flavor as bright and fragrant as possible. Next, you'll need to remove the lemon peel. First, cut off the top of the lemon, then gently slide the thin edge of a spoon between the peel and the flesh, being careful not to press too hard to avoid piercing the fruit. This method helps separate the peel into large pieces without damaging the lemon inside. Next, use a knife to make a slit along the body of the fruit, then gently peel it. The skin will come off easily. At this point, you can cut them in half to make the next cooking steps easier. Another easy option is to use a knife to shave off the yellow outer layer. This technique is quick, convenient, and gives you thin, even slices of peel that dry beautifully. Once you've finished cutting the lemon peels, it's important to clean them before drying. Place the peels into a bowl of clean water and add about 1 tablespoon of salt. Give it a quick stir and soak the peels for about 5 minutes. This simple step helps remove any remaining pesticide residue, wax, or dirt on the surface. After soaking, rinse the lemon peels under running water, then spread them out to dry completely. Clean, dry lemon peels will give you a fresher and more fragrant lemon powder. Once the lemon peels are dry, you can start dehydrating them. If you don't have a food dehydrator at home, don't worry, your regular oven works perfectly. Begin by lining a baking sheet with parchment paper. This helps keep the lemon peels from sticking and allows them to dry evenly. Spread the peels out in a single layer, making sure they don't overlap. The more space between them, the better the airflow and the more consistent the drying process will be. Set your oven to the lowest temperature possible, usually around 170 degrees Fahrenheit, 76 degrees Celsius. This temperature is slightly higher than a food dehydrator, but as long as you keep an eye on the peels, this method will give you similar results. The important thing is to dry them low and slow. Too much heat can cause citrus peels to darken, which changes both the flavor and the color of the final powder. Place the tray in the oven and crack the door slightly if your oven tends to trap a lot of steam. This helps moisture escape and speeds up the drying process. Depending on your oven and the thickness of the peels, drying can take anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours. After the time is up, you can check by gently squeezing a piece of lemon peel. If it crumbles and breaks easily, it's ready. At this point, bring the lemon peels to be ground. Add all the peels to a blender and pulse in short bursts until the mixture turns into a fine powder. You will notice the powder turning a bright yellow because the lemon peels were freshly dried. If your homemade lemon peel powder turns out slightly darker yellow, or even a bit brown, don't worry, oven temperatures vary, and it does not affect the flavor of the powder. What's important is keeping an eye on it and removing it at the right time to get the best color. After grinding all the peels into powder, if you want a smoother texture, sift the powder. Any larger pieces left in the sieve can be ground again until completely fine. Now your lemon powder is ready to use, and the best part is that it's incredibly versatile. You can sprinkle it directly into soups, salads, marinades, or even desserts whenever you want a fresh, natural lemon flavor. It brings brightness without needing to cut a whole lemon each time. If you prefer a more complete seasoning, you can turn it into a delicious lemon pepper salt that pairs wonderfully with almost any dish. Simply add about 3 teaspoons of fine lemon powder to a small bowl. Then add 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. The pepper brings warmth and aroma, and finally 1.5 teaspoons of salt. The salt helps deepen the flavor and helps the seasoning adhere better to food. Mix all the ingredients together well, and just like that, you have fragrant homemade lemon pepper salt. This seasoning is perfect for dipping, marinating grilled meats, roasted vegetables, seafood, or even a simple plate of fruit. To finish, simply transfer your lemon pepper salt into a clean, airtight spice jar. Make sure the jar is completely dry so the seasoning stays fresh and doesn't clump. Store it in a cool, dry place. When kept properly, this homemade blend can stay fragrant and flavorful for several months, ready to brighten any dish whenever you need it. And that is the detailed recipe for making fresh, delicious lemon pepper salt right at home. It's simple, natural, and much tastier than any bottled seasoning you can buy. I hope today's video inspires you to make your own seasonings instead of relying on store-bought ones. If you enjoyed this recipe, please hit the like button, share it with those who love cooking, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more easy cooking tips. Thank you for watching, and I wish you good health.